Guerrero's right about the shoe. The shoe was not the same in the picture shown in court as the shoe pulled from the evidence bag by Trooper Bukake.
And you mentioned you're at the hospital. There was a sneaker. One.
Yes.
Bukake! Bukake!
Woo! Good evening, friends. My goodness. It's good to see you guys. I hope everyone's doing well. Yes. We're just gonna hang out a little bit tonight. I was trying to find the hearing with specially appointed prosecutor Robert Cosgrove and Karen Reed's attorney and then the O'Keefe's dipshit attorney called in, and Doolin was dealing with it. Melanie went over it today. Yeah, I'd rather not have Melanie talking over it, even though I would love to hear Melanie, but I'd rather, just have the hearing. I did forget to ask, actually. Yeah, I totally forgot to ask. So probably, yeah, I'm so stupid that I didn't even bother to check the trial channel. But yeah, it's great to see you guys. Yeah, we're gonna go over that a little bit because I have some thoughts on it for sure. Yeah, it was very weird. It was very, very weird. New Hampshire woman. And you were there for that, Scott? Of course you were. Right on, man. Scott, always there, man. I love it. What's up, Cossy G? Yeah, listen, dude. Y'all are fucking amazing. I gotta be honest though. Uh only because of the recent circumstances, it's taking everything that I've got to not thank you, Kirks. Appreciate it. It's taken everything that I've got to not do a petty stream tonight. Because I want to do this stuff and I want to I want to talk about this stuff because I have thoughts on it. And but I'm only saying that because like Cryford's having a meltdown like right now as we speak. Which is fucking awesome. And he's like had like 2 cents. And so there's so much fun to go over. But no, yeah, that's easy for you members to say, but hold on, man. Like I've got, you know, I'm not obligated, but I feel, but I still have a commitment, more or less, a personal commitment to all of my subscribers. And there's other stuff that we talk about, and we need to talk about that stuff, folks. So yeah, no petty tonight. No petty tonight. We're keeping it nice and clean. But my mind can be changed. But I don't know, man. Like it's already pretty late. Every time I try to do a late night petty, I'm just not as into it. You know, I get tired real easy. You know what I'm saying? Oh my goodness. Hold on here. DW again. Remember for 21 months, 2023 lacrosse video with Jen McCabe. Interesting. What about it? I mean, yeah. Are you new? I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm just saying, like, is all of this new to you? Because yeah, 2023, yeah. Peaches gifted 5 memberships. Holy crabbalobalibi lobo. Thank you, Peaches. What's up, Scott Messerschmidt? Yeah, Melanie's chat was fun today too, man. Yeah, I know the hearing is short and pretty boring, but it's a weird hearing though. It's a weird hearing. It just is. So it's yeah, very, very strange. And before I start, I want to give my deepest condolences to the loved ones of Crystal Clemente. I think that's how you pronounce her last name. I know that's how I know how to pronounce that last name spelled that way. And she was a boots on the ground person. I know she attended standouts. And sup, Bo, member for 1 month here for the long haul. Love it. Appreciate it. Yeah, and it's a really sad thing. She was so young. She fought cancer, beat it, and then to pass so tragically by just someone who wasn't following the rules of the road. And she was on her way to Vegas, as I understand it, to visit her daughter. Yeah, it's very sad. So my my thoughts and condolences to Crystal's family. And there was another thing I was going to bring up too. But yeah, that's kind of hard to like after you bring it up to take it out of your mind. Maybe we should just have a moment of silence for her. Let's do that. Let's have a moment of silence for Crystal. Okay. Thank you guys for your patience and your participation in that. I mean, it is the very least that I think we can all do. She was also a Turtle Boy supporter. So supporting Karen Reed, supporting Turtle Boy means that she supports free speech. She supports civil rights. Yeah. So, let me read this. It doesn't feel right to follow that up with the super chat dance, so that I don't want to not read them because you guys did drop them. So Melanie, thank you so much. There's a vid of Jen McCabe talking smack to Tom Beatty at a lacrosse game. I'll send it to Shay. Okay, thank you. Appreciate that. And let's see here. DW again. There's different lacrosse video, not with Turtle Boy, but with Tom Beatty. It's new to all of us. Check it out. Eye-opening, but not surprising as to her character. Okay. All right. Yes, thank you guys for explaining. So I'm all cocky and shit, like, are you new here? Godspeed, Crystal. Yes, member for 5 months. Thank you so much, Lori. I appreciate that. Yeah. Well, it wasn't cancer. She beat cancer. She said fuck you and to cancer, and cancer fucked off, and then she gets killed in a tragic car accident, and it's just awful. That's what I get for running to gob. To gob. Do you mean kebab? Cherry? To gob. I don't know what to gob is. You new here, freshman? Apparently, I'm the freshman. Folks. Yeah, man. So yeah, there was another thing I wanted to bring up, and I can't remember what it was, but oh well, maybe it'll hit me later. Yeah, there's definitely some fun stuff that I wanted to that is petty stream material, but not this for sure. But oh yeah, happy birthday, Dina. Appreciate you. Isn't it? It's not that Dina's birthday, isn't it? Not Dina. Not that Dina. Yeah, I mean it's tough. That's going to happen. The longer that this goes on, the longer that we stick together, the longer that we know each other. And the more this grows, there's going to be people along the way that we're going to lose, and it's always going to be tough when that happens. And it never gets easier. Whenever you hear about a really good person, who's passed on, especially a really strong person that just enough about them to respect them, that there's no way to not respect them. It's still tough, even when it's somebody you don't really know. It's still tough. Because in a way, she was a soldier. Every one of you guys out here, you're soldiers. And it's it's like losing a comrade. Yeah, what was her does anybody know her? Was she in chats? What was her YouTube handle? Because I don't remember seeing her name in the chat. Maybe she just didn't like me, which is okay. Okay, so her name was, she just went with her regular name. Okay, with her Christian name. I mean, it does. I don't blame her at all. So yeah, let me just look this up here and we'll get right into it. Trial channel's dropping all them vids, bro. Got a lot of stuff to go over. There's Canton Library surveillance. Hold on, here's this. All right. Now, stop what you're doing right now. I'm dropping a link in the chat. I want everybody to stop what they're doing right now and go give this video a like and subscribe to Trial Channel. If you are not subscribed to Trial Channel yet, I will give you a moment to do so. Oh yeah. No, I'm good on the shady hat, but thanks. I'm good on it. I love that you guys have them though. It's very funny to me that at least two of you I've seen with these shady hats. Oh, I already got it, I think. What is this? Yeah, I've oh, this is the okay, thank you. This is the lacrosse footage. Okay, let's get into that real quick. Let's just do that first. Let's do that first. So, okay, so this is the lacrosse footage that I'm just now privy to, and all of you are already privy to, which has a lot to do with the fact that I keep getting banned from different social media platforms. But yeah, so is that muted? Oh yeah, it is.
Let's go, Green! Keep walking. Just keep walking. Nobody wants you. Let's go, Green!
Still got everybody around you, right?
You do. Go be by yourself.
For how long?
Woo!
It's just Jimmy's face. Go be by yourself, loser. I'm just a normal mom. Yeah, nobody wants you here. Keep walking. Nobody wants you here. I'm just a normal mom, you loser. Wow. Okay. Wow. Refresh my memory of who Tom Beatty is. What did Tom Beatty do? No, I don't think this is in 2020. Yeah. I don't think this is the same day that Turtle Boy went. Because she's using her phone. So that was taken off of Jen McCabe's phone, I think. No, the guy who attacked Tom was Jim Ferris. That I know of, unless Tom Beatty did too. Oh, Colin called his daughter. Okay. So why is she pissed off about it? That's what I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to understand why Jen McCabe went all mean girl on him. Oh, okay. Because they believe Turtle Boy. Okay. Oh, okay. Colin called Erin, Tom's daughter, the morning 129. She missed the call. Tom is okay. So what did he? Oh, so the big mystery is why did Colin call her? And for a ride from 34 Fairview, right? And didn't he deny calling her? Didn't he say I don't recall or some shit? Well, we don't know why he came to pick him up, but no, I remember it now that you tell me about it. I didn't remember the name. It's not a name that comes up a lot.
Alleged murder weapon, and she was acquitted, so they gave her that back. But they said, you know what? Actually, we're not going to turn over her cell phones at this time. Her attorney at that time filed a motion for a return of property, and that sparked the Commonwealth to then file a motion to actually search the phones. This was 19 months after the initial seizure.
So that would have been, and so the initial seizure was January 24th, so this would have been September of 25 that it was seized or thereabouts? But that it was searched, I should
It wasn't searched.
It was not.
No.
They sought a warrant for it.
They filed a motion on August 28th seeking to search.
Gotcha.
And there were hearings this fall. There were back and forth memorandums that I filed, that the Commonwealth filed, oppositions fighting this. Now, it's important to note that in the meanwhile, on August 29th, the day following the Commonwealth's motion for to search the phones, Diaz was decided. And Diaz was decided by the appeals court, and that was a case that was very important for both sides in their argument, and that Judge Krupp certainly asked pointed questions about at the oral argument. So that was sort of the seminal case that was dealt with in the argument and in the motions. Also over the fall, the SJC agreed to take up further appellate review of Diaz.
Yeah.
And
That's what Mr. Cosgrove mentioned in his final.
right, and that's why I'm referencing it.
Okay, yeah, no, good.
So that happened in the fall. So it was known in the fall that the SJC was going to be hearing Diaz. Meanwhile, arguments ended in our matter. All the memoranda was filed end of November. We waited 2 months for Judge Krupp's very thoughtful and very thorough decision. In the meanwhile, the SJC heard arguments in early January on Diaz. The Commonwealth never moved for a stay of the proceedings, and they never did anything for almost 2 years with those funds. January 30th, Judge Krupp rejects their motion. He denies their motion, and it was judicially rejected that they were going to be able to search Ms. Reed's phones. There's no pending case. That was it. I then emailed Attorney Cosgrove requesting that Ms. Reed's cell phones be returned and asked me how she could pick them up. He said, nope, we're still not giving them back. So I filed a motion the following business day to put this on in front of this court. Mr. Cosgrove filed an opposition, I believe, the same business day, later on that day.
Oh,
That was 2 weeks ago.
that's interesting. That's okay. So he files an opposition motion the next day over Karen Reed's cell phones. This is specially appointed prosecutor Robert Cosgrove, right? But exceeds the deadline for a response to pretty much every one of the last 4 motions, at least, filed by Aiden's defense team. Fascinating. Like, he has to, respond to these motions, but never does. But when it comes to Karen Reed's phones, it's a real priority. So he files a motion, an opposition motion, the next day. Fascinating.
All of a sudden, yesterday, we get this motion to stay the decision of Judge Krupp that Mr. Cosgrove only filed because he didn't like the decision of Judge Krupp. He could have filed a motion to stay the proceedings at any time if he thought that Diaz was controlling or was going to change or potentially change the court's ruling.
When was Diaz argued before the SJC?
January.
In January, okay.
So with that, Your Honor, the Commonwealth is asking for a stay, I know, but I think it's important to recognize that this case is done. There's been a decision, and this is very common as far as something we might see in other cases where cases are dismissed or no props, right? The Commonwealth's argument here is that they have time to appeal. They're asking for indefinite time based on...
Now, why is Doolin presiding over this now? I thought he was done. So I guess Doolin is the one in... Okay, I don't understand. Because Krupp is the one who ruled, okay, you can't search the phones. Now Doolin decides whether or not she gets the phones back? And there's a whole nother judge on Aiden's case.
Whenever Diaz might get decided, but I know Your Honor was a...
That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
And I would suggest, think about the times when we'd be in front of the court, our client's case would get dismissed or no prost. We ask for the property back. Never once does a judge say, well, the case was dismissed. However, Rule 36 hasn't expired yet. We're going to wait until all of that happens, and then we'll think about whether we do, or even worse, if it's a no prost by the Commonwealth, Rule 36 doesn't apply, and you know what? We're going to wait till the entire statute of limitations runs before we're going to give you this property back. That's not how things work, and that's what the Commonwealth is asking.
This guy is like a young AJ, bro. Go ahead, kid. I see you.
To do here today. there's a million different variables that could or would happen. That
He's got
the
some
law
teeth.
might change, the case might change. Even if the case changes, is that going to change Judge Cruft's decision? Is that going to have any influence? I just want to point out the difference that in the appeals court decision of Diaz, that was a 123-day delay. Our delay is 5 times that. And the government interest in that was that the cell phones that were not allowed to be searched were allegedly used to create and produce child pornography. In this case, the government's interest is text messages, always will.
Yeah. Let me hear from Mr. Cossy.
Thank you.
Wow. Okay. I mean, like, I have to take a deep breath, you know? Like, because I know, I know how this is going to go. Like, I know how this is going to go. This guy is going to just throw a bunch of word salad out there. He's going to have his hands in his pocket. He's just in his pockets. He's just going to casually fucking talk in circles. Like it's all good. And like he has something better to do than to be there, which he probably should. He most definitely should. It's not even a probably. He most definitely should have something better to do than sitting here and arguing to keep Karen Reed's phones for literally absolutely no fucking reason whatsoever. There is no earthly reason whatsoever as to why the Commonwealth would want her phones at this point. None. No legal reason anyway.
So, Your Honor, let me just back up a little in
Oh my God, you're going to
the
back
narrative
up?
presented to you by Mr. Urbelis. I'm not going to go through all of it, but let me pick it up from Judge Krupp's decision. There were two motions, just to clarify, before Judge Krupp. One was a motion that the defendant filed for return of the cell phone, and the other one was a motion from the Commonwealth to set up a taint team. Ultimately, Judge Krupp wound up denying the motion to set up the taint team. He made no order with respect to the motion to return the cell phone. I got Judge Krupp's decision the same day he issued it. We have a very efficient clerk's office in this court, as you know.
Yes?
So at about 4 o'clock, Judge Krupp's decision appeared in my inbox.
Cossy completely stopped giving a fuck. He's growing a beard. He's just not shaven. He's just like, whatever. Like, this is my fucking life. Like, I'm going to croak right here in this courtroom arguing this bullshit case. That's my life. That's what it's come to.
And about an hour later, I would estimate, I had Mr. Urbelis' request that Ms. Reed would like her cell phones back as soon as possible, and could he get them on Monday?
Right. Right.
I replied either that day or the following day, and my reply is, I believe, reproduced exactly in Mr. Urbelis' original motion. I said that we just got Judge Krupp's decision. I'd like to take some time to look at it and to meet with the
God
Norfolk
damn it,
County
dude.
District Attorney's Office. I intend to do that within a week or so and discuss with them our various options. We're going to
Today, Junior!
Are we going to move for reconsideration? Are we going to file a notice of appeal? And when I've done that, I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Apparently, Mr. Urbelis having asked me to jump, the only acceptable response was how high, because in response to my response, as he just described, he filed a motion captioned renewed motion for return of the cell phone.
Well, yeah,
Before this
dude.
court, and I filed an opposition. And basically what I said in my initial opposition was that under the rules of appellate procedure, we have 30 days to file a notice of appeal of the judge's decision. And it seems reasonable that we have the option to exercise that right before any decisions are made. In the meantime, as I had indicated to Mr. Rebellis in my initial response that I would, I sat down with the district attorney's office and told them that, went through all the options and what I saw as the pros and cons of each. And I told
Listen, dude, I am fucking convinced, bro, that specially appointed prosecutor Robert Cosgrove enjoys a slice of cheese on his apple pie. He likes a nice little just melted slice of cheese across his slice of apple pie. Now, I've never done this myself, but I believe that they did this around the turn of the century, you know, just before the Depression. I think Cossy is one of those cheese on the apple pie kind of guys. Because, I mean, like, I think that he wears Velcro shoes because when he first started wearing shoes, they had buckles on them. So, like, it's the closest thing to a buckle that he... Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Oh, here we go.
I think we got a super cat. Super cat. I think we got a super cat. Super cat. Super cat. Super cat. I think we got a super cat.
how dare
Stupid April, what's up? He hasn't let himself go, Will. The beard is an attempt to cover 25% of the liver spots on his head. Shame that his hair is clear. You saying that the color of specially appointed prosecutor Robert Cosgrove's hair is not white, not silver, transparent. Is that what you're saying? That he has transparent hair? Amazing. Pretty kook Jamie James just became a member. Welcome to Logic. Fantastic. All right, man. We got to make him larger here so we can get a good...
that I thought the most prudent thing to do and that I intended to do was to file a motion to stay Judge Krupp's order until such time, basically, as the Supreme Judicial Court issued a ruling in Diaz. I did that, Your Honor, after reading the briefs in Diaz before the SJC, including the amicus briefs that were solicited. And I did that after listening to the oral argument in Diaz online. So,
oh my God. Okay, shut up for a second, specially appointed prosecutor Robert Cosgrove. I just got a Venmo from Amy McCabe. Thank you so much. I don't think there's a note. Oh, yes, because of sick of YouTube getting a cut. Oh, right on. Yes. If you guys want to stick it to the man, yeah, absolutely. You can absolutely scan that thing right there at the top of the screen. And you can cut out the man. Scott McGinnis, thank you so much. Cossy has lace shoes yesterday, no Velcro. Wow. Okay. All right, good for him. Okay, good for him. Hold on, here we go.
where the Commonwealth is saying, well, let's postpone things indefinitely because somewhere along the line there may come down a case in the future that will change things. This is a case where the key case relied on by Judge Cox, and I agree that he wrote a very careful and scholarly opinion.
Like, look at dual. That's how I feel all the time when I'm listening to Specially Appointed Prosecutor Robert Cosgrove. Except when he calls in, he's cool when he calls in, but when he's in court, that's a whole nother monster, dude. That's exactly how I feel. I and you guys didn't want to go over this. That shit is fucking fantastic right there, bro. That is the pause of all pauses. My pause game is untouched, folks. All right. Let's get that back. Hold on. Let's get this back to hold on. I got it. Let's get it back. Let's watch that in slow motion. Let's watch that whole reaction in slow motion. Hold on. What is going on? What did YouTube change this shit? All right, here we go.
Along the line that may change things. This is the case where the key case relied on by Judge Trump. I agree.
God damn it.
He wrote a very careful.
Look, hold on, bro. Like, I gotta narrate this. Oh, good God, Jesus, is this guy ever gonna shut the fuck up? Fuck, he's giving me a fucking splitting fucking migraine. All I want to do is go home and fucking drink some fucking Dewas. I got a whole fucking bottle right in my fucking desk. Right in my desk. Right there in my chambers. Right behind me. All I want to do is wrap my lips around that glass so I don't have to listen to this old fucking fuck keep running his fucking mouth. Why the fuck are we here? Give her the fucking phones back, for fuck's sake. What am I doing with my judicial career? I don't understand. Somebody fucking save me. Please. Please save me from this fucking torture. I can't. With my I can't. I pray to God. I pray to Allah. I pray to Vishnu, anybody that will listen and will help me out of this, because this is the never-ending case. And this is not how I want to spend the rest of my years.
Were raised in the appeal of Diaz. So my situation, Your Honor, is I don't want to file a frivolous appeal. I don't want to file a motion for reconsideration that's frivolous. I want to make an informed decision, and it seems to me that the best way to do that.
What is going on?
Is to
Hold on.
see what the SJC says.
Why is this happening? Why is this happening right now? Why is that happening? Somebody explain to me this. WBZ, what are you thinking here?
Your Honor, is I don't want to.
Why is this happening?
File a frivolous appeal.
Wow. No, bro. His hair's not transparent. His hair's not transparent. Look at his ear, bro. Like, dude, my man has got a lot going on inside ese oreja. I mean, homie, like, if you put a trimmer in there, it's gonna jam. You know what I mean? It's gonna be like, you know what I mean? Like, it's gonna do that. It's gonna go. Like as soon as you fucking put it in there. And it's because of the wax. Like you see that fucking look at right here. A nice big old ball of wax right there that Cossy's got going on, bro. Just hanging there like a fucking like an ear dingleberry, bro. I didn't know ears got dingleberries. Is that what's gonna cancer take me before I get to the age where I get ear dingleberries, bro? Please.
Oh! Ew! Dude! What the fuck?
I want to file a motion for reconsideration that's frivolous. I want to make an informed decision, and it seems to me that the best way to do that is to see what the SJC says in Diaz. I don't know how it's going to come out. It may strengthen Ms. Reed's position. It may be no particular change, or it may undermine it entirely. That's the point, it seems to me, at which it is appropriate to make a decision on whether or not the Commonwealth is going to pursue an appeal or a motion for reconsideration. And to that end, I went ahead the other day and I filed a motion for a stay pending.
Oh yeah, man. And like, yeah, that's what I wanted to talk. I haven't heard much from Aiden except for a couple of posts. So I hope he's doing all right after his mystery surgery. Hope he's doing good. Just wanted to give a shout out.
The appeal, which Judge Krupp now has, I understand, under advisement and is not under advisement, under consideration. And my understanding is that he's given Ms. Reed 14 days to respond to my motion. So that is out there.
Cossy, bro, listen. Fuck your motion. Give the fucking phones back and go clean your ears, dude.
Pending. Mr. Abellis was a little faster on the uptake than I am. I noticed that in his memorandum of law in support of Karen Reed's renewed motion for an order to return property, he says, absent a court-ordered stay pending appeal, continued retention is unlawful. I'm not sure that's true, but I've now applied for a court-ordered stay pending appeal, which is under consideration by the court.
Y'all in the chat are
I don't know
fucking
if
killing it
his
right
position
now.
is that well, you may have applied for it, but it hasn't actually been ordered yet. But let me turn to the dueling issues of construction here. Mr. Urbelis is relying on a statute relative.
Bro, give a fucking reason why you need the phones. Why aren't you arguing? Why isn't Judge Doolin telling him, hey, I don't want to hear why they want the phones back. Give me a reason why you don't give the fucking phones back. Give me a reason for that. Like, what are we doing here?
To the return of property, which states that it's Mass General Laws, Chapter 276, Section 3, as I'm sure you've read. As soon as may be thereafter, that's thereafter, where there's still a possibility to produce it as evidence in a trial, all property seized under the clause first of Section 1 shall be restored to the owners thereof. I take it that it is the defense position that that is self-executing.
Y'all are fucked up.
I don't think that is the case. I think that a court order is required. Judge Krupp not having acted on the original motion for the court order, we now have the renewed motion before your honor. I have relied, as you know, on the Mass Rules of Appellate Procedure, which provide a length of time for the Commonwealth to file an appeal.
Aaron's lawyer is just like, dude, fuck, I gotta sit through this fucking thing.
The response, as I understand it from Ms. Weed, is yes, we recognize the Commonwealth can file an appeal. They can follow any lawful procedure, but that doesn't give them the right to hang on to the property in the meantime. I would cite
Karen's lawyer has really good posture.
two well-recognized principles of law.
He
Your
does.
Honor. One is the rules and statutes, where possible, are to be construed harmoniously. And the second is that we presume that the legislature, and I presume as well the SJC, in enacting the rule, does not make a barren enactment. Now, if the cell phones are returned to Ms. Reed during the period of appeal, if the argument is, go ahead, Commonwealth, take an appeal if you want, but give us the cell phones back in the meantime, the chain of custody is destroyed, and there is no guarantee as to the security of the information on those cell phones.
Oh my
or
God.
that the
Shut the fuck up for a second there, bro. Hold on. We got a little,
I think we got a super dad. Super dad. I think we got a super dad. Super dad. Super dad. Super dad. Dad, 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 dad. I think we got a super dad. I think we got a super dad.
oh my God. Tracy Cooley, thank you so much. In my opinion, they don't want to give the devices back because the Commonwealth is going to get busted for getting into the devices without the court's approval. That is actually a very extremely sound theory. I would not put it past them. Why would we? Stupid April. Oh my God. Thank you so much. LTL's toupee was harvested from that here. Jesus, dude. Oh my God. That might be why he is the anti-vag. it's a repellent. The ladies are like, what is that smell? Oh my God. Yikes.
Oh! Ew! Dude! What the fuck?
What the fuck indeed?
phones themselves cannot be reset. It's a work of about.
Fucking dueling, bro. Fucking dueling, bro. We got to do it. We got to do it. What am I doing with my life? Doers. Hockey. That's happening. Don't want to miss that hockey game. You know. Oh, ice. Do I want the doers with ice? You know, Glenlivet's, it's good. It's good neat, but Glenfiddich, it's good neat. But I'm thinking maybe doers with the ice. That's what I'm thinking. Sounds absolutely fucking delicious. And then I'll load the shotgun. No, I'm not gonna do that. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna watch hockey. And then maybe some curling. And then go to bed and then do this bullshit all over again. Like I've been doing for the past 50 years.
For the O'Keefe family that wants to be heard. He wants to call in.
Wow.
That, I don't know why. I was just handed that. Let me hear from you, sir. Go right ahead.
Now, that's interesting because he just hears that the O'Keefe family's attorney in the civil case, because this is criminal, Robert Cosgrove represents the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, which means this is a criminal proceeding. Okay. He has no business unless he's a witness in the civil case, right? So, but now all of a sudden, John O'Keefe's, the plaintiffs in one of Karen Reed's civil cases, their attorney is now calling in and wanting to chime in on a criminal proceeding as to why, in favor of the Commonwealth keeping Karen's phones. How do they have any legal standing to even weigh in here? That is what I find absolutely bizarre. And Doolin even goes, I don't know why. Listen, look, watch.
He wants to call in. I don't know why. I was just handed that. Let me hear from you, sir. Go right ahead.
Yeah, he's like, I don't get it. But okay, let me hear from you now. You know what I mean? He knows it's fucking weird. Why is the civil attorney calling into a criminal proceeding and wants to weigh in on why Karen Reed shouldn't get her phones back? That makes absolutely no sense. And it sounds fucking straight shady. Straight shady.
So, Your Honor, Mr. Cosgrove did address one significant point. We agree. They have the right to appeal. The only statute of authority that Mr. Cosgrove has cited is his right to appeal. That's his right to appeal the court's decision, and that can go on without their continued use or possession of the cell phones. At this point, there is no lawful authority for them to continue holding the cell phones. Mr. Cosgrove says that Ms. Reed and her team believe that the statutes are self-executing. Yes, statutes are self-executing. The judge needs to follow the statutes. That's not for the court to use discretion whether to follow the law or not. We've cited in our briefs constitutional authority under Article 14. We've cited case law, and we've cited the statute. With respect to the continued possession of the cell phones, they were only authorized to be seized pursuant to a warrant in contemplation of a search warrant. That has since been denied. There's no longer that basis. I think it's important to recognize, as the court stated in Commonwealth versus White, that, quote, individuals have a significant property interest in their cellular phones.
So that's the case I remember. It's Onyx White, right? Commonwealth versus Onyx White?
Yes.
Yeah, there was a lengthy period of time that the Commonwealth had the phone and they didn't search it.
They didn't search it, and,
Yeah.
and the court said you're not going to search it.
Yeah.
And in that case, and that was only 68 days, and they said that was too long of a delay. And I know that was not a warrant search, but that was not a warrant seizure, it was a probable cause seizure.
Yeah, probably.
But I think it's important that they also say many who own a cell phone, in effect, keep on their person a digital record of nearly every aspect of their lives.
I get that.
We all know that.
Yeah.
So she's been without her phones now for 2 years. They've been going after her for 2 years.
Yeah.
They just failed again. So we're asking that at this time. I also want to point out that I guess I was criticized for filing a motion too quickly.
I didn't take it down.
I didn't take 19 months. I didn't take 19 months.
You file what you got to file.
But in any event, Your Honor, the Commonwealth cites their right to appeal. They cite nothing to say that they have the right to continue possession. We're asking that the order that the court.
I think that's really the issue, isn't it? All right.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. What's that? Hold on. Okay. So,
You want to read me approach?
yeah.
And the thing is, it's hard not to like Doolin, dude. It's hard not to like Doolin, man. Like, because he comes off really nice. And you know he likes Tim Bradle a lot. You know what I mean? So, like, it's cool when... Sorry, I'm... Yeah, sorry. I got to do one more thing here. Oh, okay. I already did. Cool. Yeah,
Are you there?
he's a very likable judge, but then he pulls some shit like this instead of just putting his foot down and going, I can't think of any legal precedents for why a civil attorney feels he needs to weigh in on this. Like, I understand, like, if I was the judge, in theory, I would say, well, okay, I understand that this is the family of a victim of a dead police officer. And but she's also the person who was accused and acquitted of the crime. So there's no reason why they would have any business in this. If they have their civil situation going on, then they have their civil situation going on. But as far as a criminal matter goes, there's absolutely nothing here that they should be weighing in on. They should have no interest in this, in the sense that she was already acquitted of the crime that they would have any interest in. Why would they be interested in her phones at this point? It doesn't make sense.
Hi, good afternoon, sir. How are you? Yeah, out of respect to you and your clients, I'll let you be heard. I know that there's a certain civil case aspect to that. I've told the attorneys here at Cybar that I will hear what you have to say and I'll take it to Bene. And then I will let Mr. Herbalist or other counsel who is here respond to it, okay?
Thank you,
You go right ahead, sir.
My interest here is we have a subpoena weapons print for the local charges office. We requested all that along with their extraction from here and the cell phones. We also had a request to consider page of next week for the day. I understand that the court is prepared to shut back over for potential another to talking about all the cell phones. You would be able to be able to put the issue or to have our expert be able to ask them the cell phones if the extraction is really needed to.
Okay, this is what I would say. I will read whatever you send to me, and I will read whatever the defense on the civil case, Ms. Reed's counsel on the civil case.
So I guess he's just trying to come off like he's being more than fair. Maybe that's a judicial strategy of his where he's just like, okay, yeah, sure, I'll hear what you have to say. Doesn't mean it's going to mean shit, but I'll hear what you have to say at least. So, okay. But it's like, I feel like Krupp would have nipped that in the bud. I feel like Krupp would have been like, why? Why does this person need to be heard from here in a criminal matter that she was already acquitted from? And as far as what their interest in this would be?
I'll give you, I'm going to have to do it. It's going to have to be quick. I'll give you until Monday to submit whatever you want to submit, and you can submit it as well, okay?
Yeah, I mean,
Yes, Your Honor, I just point out.
yeah, I mean, I'm sure. I don't think that he's had that much interaction with the Mighty One just yet to really form the kind of liking that he has for Tim Bradle. Like, he knows Tim Bradle, and they've got a thing for sure. And it's fun to watch. And Doolin is really nice with Cosgrove too. He really is. Like, he's very patient with him.
There was a subpoena. There's also an agreement.
He respects him.
That issue has been resolved with plaintiff's counsel. So I honestly don't know why this is being raised before Your Honor, but we're happy to submit in writing a response.
Yeah, why don't you do that? I think.
I like that. See, he's just right to the point. He's like, we don't know why this is being raised before Your Honor, but we'll submit it in writing. Whatever, sure, whatever you need.
I'll hear what both of you.
It's just more shit we're gonna have to bill our client, but sure.
Can we just ask that the plaintiff send it to us by email when it's filed? So
Yeah, that's fine. If you could send it, Mr. Diller, send it to counsel by email. Might want to send Mr. Cosgrove a copy too.
Thank you, Your Honor. I take no position on this, but
Yeah,
I appreciate seeing the back and forth.
Yeah, all right. Anything else? Nice to see you all. Take care. I'll take it under advisement. I have it. Thank you, Your Honor. All right. Have a nice day. Bye.
Now, I did hear. Now where is fuck, who had the interview with Cosgrove? Was it Grant? because Cosgrove never talks to the press, but he did after this hearing. And I can't see. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to look for it on his Twitter, but I can't find it. I can't search his Twitter. Because it's not on his YouTube, unless it's in his shorts, but I don't think so. Yeah, man, Grant. Yeah, I saw that Christina Rex interviewed him. Right, that's what I want to find. Let me see something here. That's petty stream stuff. Sorry, guys. Give me just 1 second here. No. Okay, I think this. No. There we go. God, what a pain in the ass. Yeah, this is what I wanted to go over. So this happened in the courtroom, but I do want to see the yeah, Melanie Little did play it. If worst comes to worst, I'll just play Melanie Little's part of that. This is interesting right here. So this happened in the courtroom or in the courthouse today, supposedly, according to the horse's mouth herself.
I walked up behind. I'll tell the story so that so I walked up behind her, they call the judge takes the motion under advisement, right? So he hasn't decided whether or not he's going to compel the Commonwealth to give back the phones. I would say that he is, right? And so he takes it under advisement. Everyone can leave. And Benny kind of looks at me. I was with Benny Blanco, and he's like, "You want to go?" And I'm like, "Hold on, I'm going to follow her," right? So I wait till she gets up, and we kind of get to the door at the same time, and I let her go ahead of me. And as soon as we're out in the hallway, I'm like, "Hey, Karen, why did you factory reset your phone? Got nothing to hide?" And she turns around with the bugged out, fucking rage-filled, angry eyes and goes, "Excuse me?" And I go, "Why did you factory reset your phone? Do you have nothing to hide?" And she goes, "Who are you?" And then kind of gets in my face. And I'm like, "Who are you?" And she goes, "What do you mean?" And I'm like, "I know exactly who you are." And she goes, "Of course you know me." And I said, "No, I know exactly who you are. Why did you give those addresses, the witness addresses, to Turtle Boy? What was the purpose of that? And at that point, one of her supporters was behind me going, Kate, come on, come on. So I walked down the stairs and I go, you're a fucking murderer, Karen. And then the court officers are like, all right, quiet down. They don't give a shit though, because they know it's true too. Everybody does. That's the thing, is like, Karen, everybody knows exactly who the fuck you are, and not in this quasi-celebrity narcissistic, oh, everybody knows. No, we know who.
Is that not witness intimidation? I mean, is that not witness intimidation? She is a potential witness. Who's to say that new evidence couldn't surface that causes her to have to testify in Aiden's trial, right? Because the statute covers a potential witness, right? Isn't Karen Reed easily a potential witness? Is she not bragging and admitting to harassing, to intimidating a witness?
You are, you disgusting bitch.
Yeah, she's the female OJ. You know, everybody knows it's the worst kept secret in the world.
I mean, OJ.
I mean, what an idiot. Okay, like Kate Peters fucking retarded. Okay, all that is a temper tantrum because Kate Peter lost. She lost. She was so sure she had this whole little faux army of people who only maybe 5 people on one occasion had the balls to show up to in person. But this faux fucking following of people who have been blasting shit all over the twit twat talking about, she's guilty, blah 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 blah, right? And so she lost. Karen is acquitted. She's free. She's gonna fucking wipe the floor with the O'Keefe family. Sorry to put it that way, but it just is the truth. The O'Keefe family is going to look foolish at the end of this. And it sucks because they didn't have to. They don't have to. There's no reason for them to have to look foolish here. But they're going to. Because the science dictates that Karen Reed did not strike John O'Keefe with her vehicle. So this is ridiculous. And now Karen Reed is going to also sue the House defendants, and which we like to call the McAlberts, and certain members of the Massachusetts State Police and the Canton Police, I think. Maybe not the Canton Police. I could be wrong. I don't know. I haven't looked at that in a minute. But clearly here you have Crusty Panties, Kate Peter, who is bragging. And that's the other point I was going to make. She's bragging. And the only reason, that's the other reason, she has a temper tantrum because she lost, but it's also so that she could do what she's doing right here in this recording, which is brag that she harassed Karen Reed so that she could get some sort of accolades on the very platform that she's bragging on, because that's the only place anybody gives a shit about her, even though she gets ratioed to hell every time. What's up, Mazza? It's good to see you, homie. But even though she gets ratioed to hell, I mean, she goes on here and she brags about basically committing a crime because she knows that she's going to get a lot of likes. She's not going to get any new followers, you know, but she's going to get some likes from some of the fucking morons, like, you know, the forensic room and, you know, the people that circle around them. It's just fucking asinine. I'm going to have to step away in just a minute for just a second. I'm out of soda. I had to get some more delivered to me. But the groceries closed, so I had to get like McDonald's soda. Because I'm almost out here of my sugar-free Mountain Dew. And I want to cover this too. I want to read this from the Mighty One, because there's a stupid rumor floating around that Aiden Carney, aka Dr. Turtle Boy, Mr. Media, is being indicted by a grand jury in New Jersey. This is not true. I'll read it in the Mighty One's words, the Mighty Mark Bettero's words. FYI, contrary to reports from people on the twat, he didn't say that, Twitter, a computer printout from New Jersey e-courts that indicates grand jury referral in the Atlantic County citizen complaint made against Aiden Carney does not mean the matter has been approved for grand jury consideration by the prosecutor. All possible allegations of felonies in New Jersey, indictable offenses, including those alleged by a private citizen in a private complaint, must be presented to a grand jury if they are going to be prosecuted. The decision always has been and remains to this day up to the prosecutor. The online reference to the grand jury referral indicates only the matter has not been resolved by some sort of plea agreement. It simply means no further court events will take place unless and until there is a grand jury action to the case, or grand jury action on the case, or the case is downgraded or dismissed. In other words, nothing has changed since the citizen first filed the complaint. Nothing. It remains an unvetted citizen allegation. The prosecutor still has the right to dismiss or reduce the allegations, and any prosecution would have to get around the fact that, one, the protective order at issue never existed as a matter of law, and two, appellate case law protects the speech at issue under the First Amendment. We still anticipate these matters being dismissed when all is said and done. People who read too much into the e-court screenshot have no understanding of New Jersey criminal practice. And then, of course, he tags the team on Aiden's New Jersey branch, and one of them being Linda Kenny Bodden, who we all love so much, which I'll be doing under her request one of these days. She has to reach out to me for it, but she's asked me to do it. But with this whole Guthrie thing, she's been very busy, but she wants to do a reading of Wuthering Heights with me as Heathcliff. Now, I don't know the first fucking thing about Wuthering Heights at all. Don't know anything about the Heathcliff dude, except he terrorized his neighborhood, and a dog named Spike, and was always getting into trouble. And he liked fish out of trash cans. But I am down, and I think it'll be fun, especially if I don't know anything about it. So I'm going to throw my own flavor on it, and she wants to do that, so I'm really excited about it. And plus, it's with Linda Kenny Bodden, dude. Who gets to say that they do these these readings with Linda Kenny Bodden? She's a legend. That's going to be awesome. I'm really stoked about it. It's going to be fun. Like, this is something that was never in my bingo card, folks. It was never on my bingo card as a kid. Never. It's never would I have imagined that this is how what I would be doing at my age, is being on the YouTubes and doing Wuthering Heights readings with one of the most high profile attorneys to date. So I'm excited about it, but I got to say it's quite surreal. Because Linda's awesome. It's not surreal. It's not surreal because she's awesome. It's gonna be awesome because she's awesome. Sweet. 1 second, folks. Give me 1 second. Okay, shut up. Thanks for waiting, guys. These motherfuckers, these useless, sorry cunts, late night shift workers, did not send me any straws. That is infuriating. Like, it's so fucking like, dude. You look in the bag and you see no straws. Unreal. So anyway. Yeah, it's absolute fucking bullshit. Because I know I'm going to end up spilling this shit on myself. I know I'm going to end up spilling this shit on myself. It's totally going to happen. All right. Okay. Yeah, they totally forced me to be a barbarian. Absolutely. So annoying. So, do I have a metal one somewhere? No, I don't have a metal one somewhere. Yeah, so irritating. Where was I? So yeah, I mean, yeah, there's absolutely no reason now. Like, there's no reason to think that a grand jury. I mean, this person has a complaint. The prosecutor has not decided whether or not they're going to move forward. The prosecutor has to decide whether or not they're going to move forward with charges before they bring it up to a grand jury. So they haven't done that. It's just stating that the First Amendment still stands. They're in the exact same place that they always were since the person filed the complaint. That's it. It's not that difficult. It's the only place that would deliver me soda, and I didn't feel like making coffee. So, yeah, man. You had to ask. Okay. Anyway, yeah, that's um Kyle Sharkey's absolutely fantastic. Where are we at? Okay. Let's move this along, huh? Oh my God, Miss V, USMC. Don't.
Oh, here we go. Yeah.
I think we got a super dad. Super dad. I think we got a super dad. Super dad. Super dad. Super dad. Dad, 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 dad. I think we got a super dad.
How dare you?
Miss V, USMC, you got to throw neck for straws like ketchup. I'm not throwing neck for no straws, man. The phone lines are now open, people. So, give me a ring on the horn. Okay. All right. I didn't know I was supposed to check DMs. So, oh, look what I found here. Look what I found. Oh, I already went over this. Thank you, Cherry. You missed it, the whole thing.
Call from.
Yeah, Chris.
You're on. Who am I speaking with?
You're talking with Chris.
What?
You're speaking with Chris.
I'm speaking with who?
You're speaking with Chris.
I'm speaking with who?
I'm finally talking to the glare on this program tonight. I'm telling you right now. Krusty Panty is going after Karen like that and bragging about it. Absolutely ridiculous, I'll tell you. Believe me.
It is absolutely ridiculous. Are you related to Mazza Media by any chance?
I have no clue.
You have no clue?
No clue at all.
You sound like you're related to Mazza Media.
Hold on. Hey, what's going on? Yeah, what's going on, bro?
Dude, you're even when you even when you parody, you can't. Like,
yeah,
I was like, that sounds like Mazda.
Oh, like, let me do like a voice impression. Like,
it was horrible.
Pass this off on the glare, and the glare's like, you sound like Mazda. Like, damn it!
You sound old. Yeah. This is my thing, man. You're talking to the guy that would be like, yeah, like that's Casey Kasem in that cartoon too. Like
right,
that was me.
Exactly.
That was me as a kid. Yeah.
Exactly, man. Yeah, KP talking about Karen like that, faces. I was like, oh my goodness. I'm like, that if she did what she said she did, it's like it's probably not something you want to be bragging about online like that.
Right.
For sure. It's, I just think that. Things are best to be left alone, and Karen, it was tough to even see Karen have to walk in that courthouse again, especially after she's been acquitted last summer. She has to go back in this place again, still trying to get her phones back after, what has it been now, 8 months? It's just
19 months, I think.
Yeah. 1900 months. It's been 100 years.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, man! It's just crazy. But it's like seeing her walk back in there, and her parents walk in there. It was so surreal. It's like this is, not only that, just seeing all the supporters. Some of the notable faces that we've all come to know over the years, and they're going back in there again. And it's still you got Cosgrove just making no sense. It's like, come on, this is all this whole saga just needs to end. It's gone on too long for Karen and Aiden, and charges need to be dropped, phones need to be returned. Things need to move on a little bit, to say the least, my brother.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with you, man. I agree with you.
Yeah.
And it must have been nice to see some of the same old faces out there, like after You know, because it was bittersweet when the acquittal happened. You know what I mean? Because it meant like, okay, we won, but it also meant like, okay, there's no reason to come out here anymore. You know, shit. You know.
And to that point, you know, I never thought that she'd ever have to go back to Dedham again, at the very least, with the civil suits taking place in other venues. And, you know, seeing her back there, I mean, she must have been pulling up to that place. She must have had, like, PTSD just going back there and saying to herself, I can't believe I have to walk back in this place again. Like, the last time she should have walked out of there for the last time in her life, last summer, never had to go back again. And I'm like, this thing just drags on in her life. And, you know, she deserves the right to move on. And I'm just, like I said, and you said this 100 times yourself, this whole phone it thing is just ridiculous. And what's his name? Brian Walsh. If I'm understanding
he got his phones the next day. He got his.
They were handing him his phone.
He got his tech the next day, dude. Like, I'm only laughing because, like, every time that gets brought up, it reminds me of Turtle Boy reacting to it in Melanie Little's chat. Like, while we were, me and Melanie Little were talking about it. Like, we were on, I think it was on her channel. We were like going over this thing. The Brian Walsh, we were going over Brian Walsh's Proctor's application for a warrant is what it was. And he and right there you see like Turtle Boy, Aiden is in the chat and he goes and he says don't tell me they gave him his fucking tech back, right? And then right then is where we were reading it and we was like, yeah, you got it like 24 hours later. And he's like, fuck. Like,
It's like Aiden's lobbying for his stuff back. It's just, what do they intend to do? What is it that they should be handing those phones. They handed Brian Walsh back his tech like he was Jim Carrey handing out tips in Dumb and Dumber. There you go. There you go. There you go. It's like, you guys give the woman back her. Like, she's having a fight for her property.
Stupid.
After being acquitted. What?
Right. And then like I'll go over it later. Somebody finally emailed it to me, but and thank you for that, whoever did. They like Cosgrove is interviewed and Christina Rex is like, so, you know, what do you want the phones for? Evidence. What kind of evidence? I don't know, whatever we can get. Like, what? He just said that shit on TV. Like, dude, you just admitted that this is a fishing expedition. You admitted it on television that this is a fishing expedition. It's crazy.
Right.
Like,
it's like saying you want a warrant because, why do you want to go? Why do you need a warrant?
Just because.
Well, we wanted to see what was in the refrigerator, see if they had leftover Dominoes or something. It's like, come on, really? I mean, that's not justifiable.
Right.
You're trying to investigate from behind, like, well, we think that Karen and Aiden had some kind of tie-in, so we're just trying to get something on them. We haven't found anything in like 1,600 years, but if we keep digging, eventually we'll find something that can connect those two and bring them down once and for all. It's just, that's the problem with the justice system, is that I don't want to be too rude to some of these judges when I critique them, but at the same time, it's like, when do these judges just say, hey, look, how long has this been going on?
I was just thinking the exact same thing, Mazza. I was just thinking the exact same thing. I was like, what's the most bizarre to me is that every judge just seems, and I feel like it's almost on purpose that they play musical judges here, so that they have so that each one has the excuse to go, I'm not privy to what's happening now, so we'll have to set another date to where, and then you're gonna have to put this in writing for me because this is news to me, blah blah blah. And so it's always some new person, because I keep finding myself going, oh shit, a new judge. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, they don't really know the case, so they have to warm up. So in order to preside over the case fairly, they got to be familiar with it. So you got to give them a chance to get familiar with it. And that just drags the shit on and drains Aiden of his fucking funds towards fucking every time Bettero's got to fly out here, much less everything that they got to do. As far as filing paperwork, as far as doing any research, as far as doing anything.
Yeah.
everything's billable.
Exactly. That's what it gets stress. It's so stressful to watch too. And as you know, we've seen in Aiden's case primarily that with the musical chairs of the judges, that's been amazing. That's what there was even a tweet I made I think a couple of months ago, and I said something similar to that. I'm like, when you listen to those hearings, for about 80% of those hearings, maybe even more, it's Betterow and Bradel just trying to say to the judge, "Hey, look, they have to go over everything again from the ground up." And you kind of see the frustration a little bit build up, like, how many times do we have to explain this over and over again? Then the judge finally catches on a little bit. Then they say, well, I'll take it under advisement. We'll look into it. We'll reschedule the next hearing for 30 to 60 days. Then 30 to 60 days go by. And then it's like either the judge is not, because they see so many cases day in and day out. By the time they get back to that thing, 30, 60 days, I mean, does anybody remember who the Patriots played in week 13? Nobody does. You forget these things. You do. And by the time you get back to court, it's like they got to refresh the judge's memory. And with things that have such a magnitude, like Karen's case, with Aiden's case, it's very frustrating to watch, the process continue. You have the can kicked down the road as opposed to just like, let's have a big day. Let's get a lot of this stuff worked out. Let's get the thing going to trial. I mean, Kelsey Fitzsimmons, for example, she's going to trial in a couple of weeks. Her situation began last summer. Aiden, his all these charges they put on him, these things go back, years at this point. We're talking 2023 at this point, and it's 2026. It's like, when are they just going to get this thing to trial? Let Bradel and Betterow get in the courtroom, work their magic, put this before a jury, and get this thing, kind of moving forward here. Because it's just, again, this system's taking way too long. Whereas with Kelsey, it's moving along very swiftly.
Yeah. Yeah, the Kelsey thing is a whole nother monster that I'm like, the more it goes on, because the only thing that I was on the fence about on that, and I wouldn't even say I was necessarily on the fence, it's just, I stand by it. I have very little we have very little evidence, when it comes to the actual shooting, right?
Sure.
So, that was the only thing, is that one aspect of that whole case, which is what she's actually being charged with. And everything hangs on that, and it's her word against this officer's. But the more I think about it, the more I just, lean more towards, beyond legal, but right, if that makes sense. Because think about it. You've got this woman, you think about her circumstances and what she's dealing with, right?
Yep.
She just, the day of this incident taking place, she had just gotten cleared to go back to active duty. She seemed to love being a cop. She's got her baby. Things are looking like it's going to go on the right track for her. And then these cops, men with guns, show up to her door and tell her it's all over. We're stripping your life from you right now.
Right.
And there's nothing you can do about it. But when you think about it, a woman who's dealing with the postpartum stuff, and then that it's, this safety net that she felt like she had is just ripped right from under her right there. And she's in a very sensitive place. I felt like, even if, now I have no reason not to believe her. I think that my theory still stands, that I think that what happened was she went to shoot herself, but the gun misfired, and then homeboy thought he was being a hero and shot her went for her shoulder to get her to not do it, and shot her too close to the chest, shot her in the chest, and then lied about it, because that's a big no-no. You can't do that. So I think that that's what's going on here. But I'm now in the place in my mind where I'm like, well, what if she did point the gun at him? is that coming from a place of, hey, I'm just losing my shit and I'm deciding to be a violent person? Or is she in protective mother mode? There's men with guns who showed up to her house and they're taking her baby. What would a new mother with the instinct and is armed going to do against other armed individuals? Maybe she's not thinking the level, these are cops. Maybe she's thinking in terms instinctively of, these are just men who are a threat taking my child and taking my life from me. You know what I'm saying? So even still on a moral level, I don't blame her if that turned out to be the case. I don't think that she is a person who is out to hurt anybody, and I don't think that she's a dangerous person. I think that even if it got to that point, it was still a person who was just in the mode of protecting their child no matter what. I have seen parents do desperate things against the law to help and save their child. On YouTube, I've seen this happen while covering a case, where I'm like, I can't say that I wouldn't have done the same. So that's where I'm at right now in the Kelsey Fitzsimmons case. So I want to be able to help in any way that I can, because I believe in.
Yeah, brother, for sure. And, the thing is, too, about this case, the best way to try to assemble your theories is to, I always say, you can't really look at it at its central core, which is what happened in that bedroom. You have to look at it from the outside and build a perimeter when you're assembling your puzzle pieces, when you look at all the clues, such as, why is DCF not there? Why is there not a female police officer? There's a lot of things that are thrown out left and right. And again, even when I see that security footage and they're just literally all but inviting themselves into that house, not taking a moment to say, hey,
yeah, that makes no sense. Why wasn't DCF there? Why wasn't Department of Family Services there? That makes no sense. There should have been a social worker assigned, someone from the state assigned to represent the child, a guardian ad litem, something to that effect. Why was none of this put into place in this instance?
Yep. Huge comment. It's a huge statement, and also it asks, you put it back on the cops. It's like, well, why did you do it in this manner? Why was this done almost so quietly? A police department that's approved for body cams is not wearing body cams. And then why was this officer left in a one-on-one situation with her in that bedroom? Why did they ask her where the firearms were when they first entered the home, but at no point ever went to look for it? And if they did look for it, why didn't they question why they hadn't found them? Why did they proceed to let her move around the house and not secure firearms? They knew she was a police officer. They knew what was going on. They didn't properly get that scene prepared to prevent any kind of.
They certainly didn't follow what you would think is procedure, common sense wise. For the layman that would assume what procedure might be, they certainly didn't follow any of that. It looks to me like they were like, well, that's her partner, blah, blah, blah. Maybe he's going to have better luck with her anyway. They trusted the whole situation, but they shouldn't have. That they should have absolutely followed procedure to a T. I'm just saying that I'm trying. That's me out loud trying to make sense of the situation at the time. That's all.
Right. And it doesn't make sense that, at least not based on what I've heard. I've never heard of an RO being served to have a baby essentially snagged from its mother or vice versa. A father like that, where an RO is just, I think some people told me they've heard that, but it totally, what it does is it jumps the normal proceedings of a child custody battle in court, and it just goes to, well, we're coming
in Georgia, that would never fly. I can tell you that for sure, 100% with a certainty that does not fly for that exact reason. You can't just go to a judge, say someone's fucking dangerous so you could take the kid. It doesn't work that way. It shocked me to find out that you can do that in Massachusetts, but in Georgia, I know does not fly.
That's the crazy thing about our country too, is state to state, there's different loopholes, and it's a matter of whether or not the people that are trying to, execute such a decision know those laws and rules. And again, it's just so shocking to me that, and I said this on one of my fundraisers recently. I said, what if I mean, so you mean to tell me this thing was basically, let's say like Kelsey and him both decided to say, well, we're going to file restraining orders on each other to try to get the baby before the other can get it. So you mean to tell me this is like Terminator 2, where it's a battle between Schwarzenegger and the T-1000? Like Linda Hamilton says, it's just a matter of who reaches them first. Is it like that, where it's like, oh, it's a matter of who can get an RO served on the other person first?
That's what makes it right. That's what makes the law and the process so absurd in Massachusetts. It's like, okay, well, who's gonna get who's gonna get the chance to be nasty and dirty first?
Right.
That's
it's just it's mind numbing, and like when I look at all these details, because like you said, even if anybody in their thought process is up in the air, like you said, one of the hardest things to debate would be the steps of how everything took place in that bedroom that led to that shooting. However, it's these other factors. When I look at them, I'm like, man, that doesn't make sense, and this doesn't make sense, and that doesn't make sense. And it's that exact quantification that got me to buy into Karen Reed's innocence as well. Things just weren't adding up from the outside looking back in.
Right.
And they never lined up. And when you saw Arca, especially during the second trial, I thought Arca was good in the first trial, but I thought they were even better during the second trial with that video playing it for the jury. And when you start to see this stuff in actuality, it's like, yeah, that doesn't make sense. And I think, honestly, I hate to say it, I just can't understand why any police department doesn't have body cams in this day and age. Not only to protect the public from good people from bad cops, but good cops from bad people.
Right.
It's another form of protection.
And especially in a day and age where there's so much defiance, outright defiance with police officers now, where like they're just like, get out of your car, and they're like, no, I have rights, and it's like on the rare occasion they're right, but they're just like, no, I don't consider myself someone who follows the law under the, and you're like, wait a second, what? No. And then they just outright defy. They think that no, I don't have to show you my license. Well, you were speeding. I clocked you speeding. Yep. No, I don't have to show you my license. And then they're like, yeah, right. No, you fucking do. What are you talking about? And so, it's important that if you have body cam footage and you have somebody like that you're going to have to deal with in court, probably, you want to be able to show that you did everything by the book. Right. I mean, why? It's so crazy. And if somebody, if they accuse you of brutality or unnecessary force, you can say no. I mean, yeah, like if somebody ends up with a bruise on their face, you could be like, no, I had to take them down because they fucking attacked me. Yeah. Then if not, it's their word against yours. And then you live in a liberal state, in a blue state, where they just are letting people do whatever the fuck they want, pretty much.
Right.
Except the wrong people. And then, you're in court, and God forbid you do something in favor of the police. You know what I mean? It's so crazy. Why wouldn't they wear body cams? Like,
right?
It makes no sense.
Yeah, and it gets back to comparisons to Karen Reed. If there had been ring footage in the area, it would tell you in moments whether or not Karen hit him or not. And I always, to this day, welcome that footage to be presented, because I'm sure we'll see that Karen didn't back a vehicle into John O'Keefe. It's the same thing with the North Andover Police Department. If they had body cams on, this would show, just like the body cams that just get released from the Massachusetts State Police at the final day of Karen's, the day the verdict came down. You see the body cam footage is out. If there was body cam footage from what happened in that house that night last summer, you would see that whatever happened. And Kelsey kind of, to me, has that same Karen Reed bravado. When she got released from jail the first time, she kind of said, the truth's going to come out. She kind of had that same level of confidence in herself, despite the circumstances, that Karen did when she was on the front steps of that courthouse back in 2023 saying, we know who did this.
Right.
And it wasn't her. It did not hit him. So I see those comparables up and down. I think this one's just a little bit more tougher to understand the steps. Like with Karen, you're like, okay, she left. Obviously, John, obviously something happened in the house with John. His body got dropped off in the front lawn. We don't really know who might have hit him. We have our theories, right? But we don't know for sure. And that's the same thing with the Kelsey thing. Like, we don't know exactly, did Kelsey draw to put did she draw the firearm? Did she intend to put it in her own head? But at some point when she was pulling it, did it angle in a manner that may have looked like it was going to aim at the officer? And the officer said, oh man, she's intending to do one thing, but it appears to him that perhaps
he could have just panicked. Yeah, he could have just panicked.
Right.
I mean, but there's nothing that the whole thing too is just that there's nothing to indicate other than some mental health struggles that she may have been going through at the moment that makes it seem that she would be capable of that. You know what I mean?
Right. And just giving her any opportunity to react or respond in a potentially, but you have to protect yourself from people, but you also have to protect people from themselves, especially when you're talking about a mother with a young infant child. I mean, even if the child had been 10 years old, I mean, there's not a mother on this planet that's not a good mother that's not going to sit there and put up a fuss about the child being taken away. But it's just like, do these guys not? I mean, that's why I think a lot of ways it's just a massive blunder where they just messed up every step. And that's what bothers me. It's like these cops, if they're going to do this, if you're going to execute something like this, you better make sure everybody's safe.
Right.
You better make sure you're doing this in a way that's going to protect yourselves as well. Because, flip side, if Kelsey had drawn on that officer and got shot and killed, one of your officers just went down. I mean, so
you got to look at this big picture wise too there, Mazza, too. Like, think about it. Like, if the objective was to protect the child, if everything revolved around the idea of doing what was best for the child, why was there nothing to indicate that was what the goal was when you think of the setting and the people involved? You know what I mean? Like we were talking about earlier, why no representatives for the child itself? Everything was more of a tactical, we're going to execute something here. We need law enforcement to do it because she might be dangerous. But that's it. Right. There's no, so they're ready for a throwdown, but they're not ready for a simple, hey, this is what's best right now. We're going to make sure, blah, blah, blah. No contingency plan to diffuse the situation before it even gets fused. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, there's no approach here that seemed to be in place that was to do peacefully and quietly and calmly and civilly, where everybody is like, where you could just talk to Kelsey and be like, hey, we're going to do this. This was more like, we're taking your kid and you're just going to fucking sit there and take it. Or you're going to get fucking shot. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, and in her mind too, like, she's not only taking in the fact that her fellow police officers, who are her colleagues, are entering her home. Not only is she taking in the fact that her child's being taken away, she's also taking in the fact at the same time that a very, very intense and well orchestrated plot is being carried out by the father of the child at this particular point, with an RO being served.
Yeah,
and she's also reacting to that too, and it puts people in a situation where, like I said, going back to those officers, you need to prepare for these situations. You need to protect people from themselves as well. Especially the fact that they know her so well, and that's really what the sad part about this whole thing is. And I just think, again, I think there's more than enough reasonable doubt to suggest that she didn't do. When I first heard the story, I'm like, gee, that's going to be a tough sell for the defense team. But more and more I got educated on it. I'm like, oh, okay, I see that this is, there's a lot of different variables here that can suggest her innocence or prove her innocence. And, even, it's like with Karen Reed. I mean, like, it's great Karen Reed got acquitted, but, years of her life have been lost. And ultimately her boyfriend, John O'Keefe, was murdered throughout all of this. And something that started in 2022 is still present with active court dates in 2026. And who knows how long these civil cases go on. It could be 2030 before these things wrap up. In an more extreme example, but these are life-changing moments, and for Kelsey, it's you're losing not only time with your child, but these kids grow up really quick. So it's a sad situation, but I think ultimately, like I always say, fight for justice. Whether you support Kelsey or not, Karen or not, Aiden or not, even if you're just supporting one of those people or two of those people, whatever you decide to do for yourself, I always tell people, just do it, because I think at the end of the day, you're fighting for people that need support, and honestly, there's a lot of other people out there too, outside of Massachusetts, inside Massachusetts, wherever, that the deck is stacked against them. It's a pretty wild situation out there, and it's pretty sad, but all of us together, and everybody out there is donating, raising money. It's good. Just help people out, back people up, and give them their best opportunity to succeed is what I say.
Yeah, for sure. And the hardest fact about all of this in regards to Kelsey's case is beating these charges is the easy part. And that's not even the most important part that she wants. What she wants is her baby back. And that's going to be a long road. You're going to have family court involved in that. And with all of this going on, and with the accusations that are made against her, and the baby not even being in her custody right now, the way that family court's going to look at that is, well, we need to ensure that there's no risk that this woman is a danger to this child before we even, and this is a long, drawn out process. And if she doesn't beat these charges, it's going to be next to impossible. But these charges, like I said, the fucked up part, the saddest part about this is beating these charges is the easiest part of this. And it's not going to be easy because, now I agree with you. There's plenty of reasonable doubt, I think, but hopefully a jury will sympathize with her and see things in that way. But we'll just have to hope and see. But man, you've been killing it with the fundraisers for her, man. Like, you are definitely in my view, and a lot of people here, I think too, you were the front runner of the fight for Kelsey, man. And you're on those front lines all the time, man, and we all appreciate it. I'm sure she does too.
No, I appreciate it. And a lot of great people out there fighting for her, working together. It's just great to see a community of people that are continuing to grow and working together to support her, fight for her, and raise awareness. And every person that can be involved in this is for the better, because it will just expand the situation. Melanie Little obviously has been one of the earliest people online to raise awareness for her case. She's been absolutely fantastic, quite frankly. And just other people as well. So it's just good. And a lot of good supporters out there. There are a lot of people that are getting information out there on Twitter as well. Some people send me information too, like, hey, Maz, I just want to make sure you have it. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, but it's great to have people out there circulating info to make sure everybody's as well informed as possible. So, well, man, great show, man, and
thanks, man.
Time.
Yeah, and remember, it's like I said when we texted before. Anything you need from me in regards to helping with Kelsey, man, just let me know. I'm all in. I'm all in.
I'll be in touch with you. I'm going to be on Common Sense Investigator Sunday at 4 with Nurse Kim Broken Baker. We're doing a fundraiser for Kelsey, and then my own is looking like March 1st on Sunday. I'll be in touch with you about that.
Right on.
We'll get going. So
yes, sir.
I mean, Terry is in there. Don't tell Jerry the bad news that the Coke you got there, I believe, is what you got tonight from McDonald's. They don't serve cherry Coke at McDonald's anymore. Just let her know that.
No. Yeah, this is actually Diet Dr. Pepper. But,
oh, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go, brother. Man. All right, take care, brother. Have a good night. All right.
You too, man. Thanks for calling. It's always great talking to you, bud.
Yep.
Call from
Tom Costro.
You're on. Who am I speaking with?
Yeah, how you doing? This is Specially Appointed Prosecutor Robert Cosgrove speaking.
Give Karen her phones back, bro. Specially appointed prosecutor Robert Cosgrove, people. Oh my God.
Well, this kind of a funny story behind the phones.
Okay.
So I had her phones, and I got it. I started playing a lot of Candy Crush, and Bubble Tower Defense 6. I was bursting the bubbles. You know that game?
No, I know Candy Crush.
What? Oh, Candy Crush. I was crushing the candy. I was bursting the bubbles. I was having a great time, and I got excited. I dropped the phone into my couch, and I can't get at it. So
Okay.
I do. I don't know how to get the phones out of the couch. That's why I can't give them back.
So that's why you because you've dropped the phones in the cushions of the couch, and you can't get them back because you were playing Candy Crush.
I was playing Candy Crush and Bubble Tower Defense 6.
Bubble Tower Defense 6. Huh.
Yeah, I was really.
Why didn't you just put that in the motion? I'm sure Doolin would be able to would sympathize.
What did you think he thought it was okay that I was playing Candy Crush and Bubble Tower Defense 6?
I think he would appreciate the honesty. Yeah.
Yeah, but that would have looked really bad.
Well, it would have looked bad, but he would have looked good on you to be forthcoming, especially appointed prosecutor Robert Cosgrove.
Well, independent of all that stuff I just said, it's all allegedly, but also I have a guy coming with a chainsaw
Okay.
in a couple of days, and he's going to split the couch in half with the chainsaw like they did in, like War of the Roses when they split everything up.
That seems excessive.
Well, I mean, Will, I'm a man of advanced years, as you know. And when I try to go down there and I'm fishing for the phone, my arm cramps up. I can't get it. So I'm going to have a guy come in with a chainsaw to split the couch in half. When I do that, I will give Ms. Reed her phones back.
Now, I've got to ask you a question that I know is not only on my mind, but almost everyone here in the chat's mind as well. How is it that you can hear me with all of that shit accumulating in your ears? We got a nice close-up of it. WBZ gave us a nice Q-tip into your fucking ear canal there, and it was kind of a fucking nightmare there, buddy.
Yeah, well, let's see what you look like at 420 years old.
Well, I mean, 420 years old. I mean, Jesus, dude. Like, worms haven't eaten what's in there yet? I don't get it.
There's no worms in there, Will. It's just disgusting other stuff. There's no worms. Listen,
have you tried putting a worm in there? Maybe it would clear it out.
I don't think that's what worms do, Will.
I think that's what worms do, bro. Okay.
You get if you can show me a wax-eaten worm, I'll put it in there. But I went to CVS the other day. They were Q-tips.
Waxy worms are a dime a dozen, bro.
Well, where do you get them? In the ground?
I don't know where you get them. You get them.
What kind of misinformation are you giving me?
I'm not giving you any misinformation. Have I ever given you misinformation? Never.
Well, if you can send me a wax-eaten worm, I'll put it in my ear. If you can send it to me in a
waxy
box.
Worms, get your own waxy worms.
No, you know my address. It's Cossy G at Norfolk County, Dedham, Mass. And put a wax-eaten worm in a box with holes in it so it stays alive, and send it to me. I'll put it in my ear. Next time I show it, and also they were out of raisins apparently, because did you see my nice beard?
Out of raisins? Like
raisins,
your raisins, like your balls.
Razors. Or like
the ones you don't use.
Yeah, like I grew a little beard. Yeah, you see that?
Okay. Yeah, I did see that. Yeah. It was also not good to look at.
Yeah, well, hey, it's whatever.
Like your beard's growing out of your ears. It's gross.
Yeah, everybody's beating up on me tonight.
Well, I mean, you grossed everybody the fuck out.
Looking deep into my ears and my beard. I mean, Jesus Christ, leave me alone.
Listen, dude. If you're gonna show up to court, bro, like I see that you upgraded to laces in your shoes, but you completely
That wasn't easy, by the way.
well,
I didn't
yeah.
like it. That took a long time. I didn't like lacing up those things. Usually I just put the Velcro shoes on and I kick them against the door jamb, and that's how they stay connected to my feet.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
there's a lack of a lot of things: Q-tips, razors, Velcro shoes. Listen, what, you haven't had a rough week in your life?
Does the same accumulate between your toes that accumulates in your ears?
I don't know. Well, what you want to see?
No.
All right, then. Let's just leave it alone.
Okay. All right. I didn't realize you were gonna get so sensitive about the shit accumulating in your ears, dude.
Geez, I thought
It's on everybody's mind.
Everybody's beating up on me in the
It's on everybody's mind. The people want to know what's going on with the fucking shit in your ears, dude.
It's on everybody's mind because you put it on everybody's mind.
I didn't put it on everybody's mind. WBZ put a fucking close up, fucking basically like a goddamn fucking colonoscopy, but in your ear.
Yeah, well, then I blame them too.
Well, okay, well, it's their fault. Like, this is what we do. We see what they put out there, and we comment on it. That's what we do.
I didn't say anything the other day when you fell on the ground, when Clubber pulled you on the ground.
Well,
a lot of people made fun of you. I didn't say anything.
That was funny. That was funny. Like what happened what happened to the rest of us, which was being subjected to the view of the fucking disgusting pit of fucking filth in your ears. That shit was traumatizing to us. Me falling on the ground only hurt me, bro. You, with all the shit that's accumulating in your ears, grossed everybody the fuck out.
Well, I'll tell you something. Hey, did you ever take that stuff out of your ear and like roll it up into like Play-Doh into little balls and roll it around?
No.
Kind of fun. I mean, listen, if you run out of Q-tips sometimes, maybe try it. Oh! Roll it up into little balls. What the fuck? The other day, and I kind of hit her in the eye. It wasn't good, but yeah, you roll them up in the little balls and you throw them around. Don't tell me you never tried it, please.
No. People don't do that. Like we have, I mean, I don't think Karen wants her phones back now. I wouldn't. I'd be like, okay, no.
What, because there's Candy Crush on there?
No, because of what you left on the Candy Crush machine.
Oh, I didn't get any. No, those are separate. I didn't do that.
No, I just don't see
I didn't
you
roll up the little balls and put them on the phone. I didn't do that.
Yeah, but you had your fingers who do it. Your fingers that do it were on the phone, bro. And God knows what's in between those couch cushions. Cossy, what's happening, buddy?
You ain't kidding. I can't get to anything down there. Your guess is as good as mine.
Jesus, dude. Good Lord. I'm scared, man. I'm scared for Karen getting those phones back.
Yeah, she'll be all right. She's fine.
Wow. Yeah, well, we need you to get those phones back, buddy. This
once I get the guy over here with the chainsaw to bust the coach in half, I'll get him.
Get him. Yeah. How much are you paying that guy to do that?
I owe him money. We had a poker game a couple weeks ago and I lost. So I owe him some money.
Wow. You probably owe him a lot of money because I don't fucking see him doing that shit without a hazmat suit, dude, after what I saw in your ears.
Yeah, well, people got to do what they got to do. Well, what can I tell you? you got to wear protective gear when you do anything.
Yeah.
When you're operating machinery, you got to wear safety glasses and all the safety, stuff that they tell you to do.
I should have
Not
worn
my fault.
I should have worn safety glasses looking in your fucking ear canal, bro.
Yeah, well, maybe it would have helped you out a little bit. What can I tell you?
Oh my god. Yeah, bro. Dude, you're the fucking best, man. Thank you for calling. We love you. You're absolutely fantastic. I'm gonna get the next caller.
I love you too, Will. Clara, thanks to the antenna people. And thanks for having me on your presentation tonight.
It's always a pleasure to have you on your presentation, especially appointed prosecutor Robert Cosgrove, everybody. Next caller. Let's go. Hung up with him too late.
Call from.
You're on. Who am I speaking with?
Hi, Will. Scott McGinnis. How are you?
What's up, Scott McGinnis? Scott McGinnis, everybody.
Hey, I wanted to switch the subject back to Catherine Peter and how she arrived at court yesterday.
Okay.
She came into the hearing maybe 20 minutes into the hearing. We're all seated on the left behind the Reed family. She came in there with Bob, whatever his name is, the short guy with the earbuds in all the time, goofball.
I don't know that guy.
And we're all sitting there looking to our right saying, oh, God, Catherine Peters here. Oh, this is not going to go good.
Gosh, she's
and she timed her exit from the courtroom just as Karen Reed was walking down the aisle. So picture yourself at a church. You know how the first row files out second row, third row?
I feel like
so I'm like 4 rows back.
I feel like
directly opposite from the right side, and I could see Kate Peter purposely get up. So she timed her exit from the courtroom to be standing right next to Karen Reed. She did it on purpose.
Okay.
You exit the doors to the courtroom.
So you saw this happen?
Yes.
Okay.
So she purposely timed her exit from the pews of the courtroom to be standing next to Karen Reed as they exited the doors to the hallway. You've been there. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And so I think what she did is she murmured something like, oh, you're a murderer. And then Karen Reed looked at her like, well, who are you? And I think that's all that happened, Will.
Wow. So yeah.
And then I think she went down the stairs. She said something to the media outside. So when you listen to Kate Peters' reenactment of her fantasy of what happened,
right,
it's so augmented. It's not even close to the truth.
Right. She actually made it sound like the crime she committed was actually worse than the crime she actually committed.
Correct. No, I would say, as a distant eyewitness, the most she said to Karen Reed was, "You're a murderer," and just kept walking.
Right.
She wasn't standing in front of Karen Reed.
She didn't say nothing about
doing this whole diatribe.
She didn't say nothing about resetting her phone to factory or anything like that.
No.
And how
the
fuck would she know that? You know what I mean?
She does this all the time. I remember the last Lauren Murray hearing where she came out to the parking lot behind the Registry of Deeds and she was taking like a close-up photograph of her white Toyota crap box with no hubcaps, with a torn tire, and saying, free Karen Reed people slashed her tire. She lies all the time.
Yeah.
So I just find it so ridiculous that she's coming up with this grandiose story of this long diatribe she had with Karen Reed when it never happened. We were there, or you were standing there. Never happened. At the very most, she murmured to Karen Reed, "You're a murderer," and she kept walking.
Yeah. Like I
That's about all that happened.
Yeah, it's just that she's this whole thing, man.
She'll go all the way back to her car and she'll get right on X, or she'll get on Spaces, and she creates this fantasy of what really happened. But that's not at all what really happened, Catherine. You're making up like 90% of it. And I don't know why she does that, because when she adds to the story that never actually happened, she's actually implicating herself in a possible crime that she cries about all the time.
Right. Like
Turtle Boys, intimidating witnesses.
She totally just did what Aiden didn't do and got charged with. Like, she totally just did that.
Yeah, like, does she want to be famous for committing a crime that she didn't actually commit?
Right.
So it's like, what is she doing?
But she did commit the crime. Like, if she like intentionally stalked Karen outside of the courtroom just to tell her you're a murderer, well, then, that's.
Well, I mean, it's tough when you're at these hearings.
No, hold on. By the Commonwealth standards, Scott, that is witness intimidation, is it not? I mean, if they're charging Turtle Boy,
well, yeah. If you hold Catherine Peter to the standards that she's supposedly holding Aiden Carney to,
exactly. That's my point.
But I mean, I think she murmured something to Karen Reed as she purposely walked out the courtroom by her side just to be a pain.
Right.
She might have said something to Karen Reed, and then she kept walking. The rest of her story is all BS. And then she goes outside, comes down the stairs with the media, press or at the bottom of the stairs awaiting a press conference. She murmured something crazy to the media. Grant, of course, is down there chasing her because now, Kate Peter is Grant's like nemesis.
Who was the guy that Grant like cussed out? Like, that was fucking crazy. There was some guy that Grant like went after. The guy was walking towards Grant. And I was like,
I don't know. Grant has so many enemies. Sometimes I think he sees ghosts. I don't know. but it's funny to see Grant nowadays in person, because obviously he used to be, an enemy of, Free Karen Reed. I mean, and then he became like a advocate for Lindsay Gattani, and now he's showing up to the Karen Reed hearings like kind of on our side. So it's like talking to an idiot savant who's spastic. That's what Grant is like. So I don't know what to think of Grant half the time. But he's entertaining as hell in person.
I like Grant. I mean, I like Grant. I realized I learned a lot about Grant from having him on the show and talking to him. I learned a lot about more or less how he thinks, and I just understand him a little bit better, and so I give him a little bit more grace than I did before. And we're
all hanging around outside of court.
I think he's harmless.
And Grant, me and a couple other Karen Reed supporters, Christina Rex is out there. She's like, "Hey, give me a shout if if Cosgrove comes down the stairs." So I'm out there just shooting the shit with with him, and then all of a sudden here comes Cosgrove, and Grant, like Forrest Gump, just lights up and runs across the street. He couldn't bang on the door fast enough to get Christina Rex to come out of her press vehicle to come interview Cosgrove. So it's funny when you're seeing all this firsthand in person.
Yeah.
And then when you see people talk about it online, everybody has all these slants. And Kate gets on her spaces.
Like,
and
right.
no,
like,
I was
like,
there. That's not what happened.
They forget that there's this dude who is at every single hearing standing out there with an American flag, and he's watching fucking everything. You're there every single time, and then you're in these chats every single time too. So what do they think when they fucking lie and there's a witness who's always there? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but a lot of people buy narratives that are spread online, and people polarize into sides, and I don't know. I just look at it like, wait a minute, I was there. That's not what happened.
Right.
But you like exhaust yourself trying to like talk down the lies because people believe what they hear. It's like an impossible. And then you just shake your head like, okay, if that's what you people believe, then whatever. Don't listen to me.
Right.
Because I was there and I saw what actually happened.
Right. Exactly.
Whatever.
All right, Scott.
But
man.
I just wanted to run over that Kate Peter thing.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I'm glad you cleared it up because I figured that as much. Like you obviously take everything Kate Peter says with a grain of salt at best because she's a fucking liar. So I appreciate you clearing that up, man. Thank you.
All right.
Thanks,
bud. Will. Bye.
Yeah, later, bud. Scott McGinnis, everybody. We love Scott. He's amazing.
Call from Angie.
You're on. Who am I speaking with?
Hey, Will, it's Angie.
Hi, Angie. How we doing?
Okay. I did what you suggested with my channel, and I haven't gotten any trouble so far.
Okay, right on. Good for you.
Yeah, I took down all of my videos, and I have been editing videos for a week.
Sweet. Good for you. Good for you.
So, yeah. And thank you for the other night when you said hi to the kids, because they were driving me crazy.
No problem. No problem. Right on.
Yeah. So I think Kate Peter is not, I don't know. I think Mayor 5150 and Kate Peter, as far as psychopath tendencies, are pretty level.
Well, yeah, they're all nuts. It's really funny. Yeah, they're all crazy. Yeah.
I don't know. I thought Karen looked really good today at court, and it was nice to see yesterday. Yeah, that's what I meant. And it was nice to see some boots on the ground, even if some of them are anti-Turtle Boy at this point. But
what are you gonna do?
It is what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
But I don't know. I just hope they give her phones back because I know she's still dealing with the civil suits, and that's going to go on for years and years. But she deserves to have her stuff back and not have to pay for a criminal attorney anymore. I don't know. That's just my opinion, but
right. Yeah. Well, hopefully that'll happen soon. And I agree with you. There's no reason why they should be holding the phones. But Yeah, I'm gonna let you go because I gotta play this video I just got emailed to me. So we're gonna go over that, and then I think I'm gonna wrap it up. But thanks for calling. I
Okay.
appreciate it, Angie. Have a good one.
Yeah, no problem. You too. Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, folks, give me 1 second here. Let me get rid of this phone number. Phone lines are now closed. Let me go over this real quick.
Thank you.
I'm not pregnant anymore. I can run.
Christina Rex.
Yeah, I guarantee I'll answer this.
What's the goal with the cell phone?
See what's on?
For what purpose?
See if it's evidentiary.
Of witnesses.
Okay, that can't be ethical right there. Like, he literally just admitted to a fishing expedition. What's the goal? See if it's evidentiary. We're going to see what's on them and see if it's evidentiary. We're just going to look through our phones just because. Just because. We got them, so we want to see what's on them. That's totally a violation of her rights. I don't see how that's not.
Is that still the charges we're trying out?
Well, that's still an active investigation.
So it's not a no.
It's not a no.
I think there's a
What?
lot not a no.
See if it's evidentiary.
Of witness intimidation? Is that still the charges we're trying out?
Well, that's still an active investigation.
So the witness intimidation, that's not a no. Is it witness intimidation? So they're trying to pin witness intimidation on her.
It's not a no.
It's not a no.
I think there's a lot of questions about why the Norfolk DA's office in particular still wants to get her. Do you have an answer to that?
I don't think the Norfolk District Attorney's Office wants to get Karen Reed or anybody else. I think it's just following the evidence to see where it leads.
How do you think things will
Well, if you don't have the evidence, what evidence are you following?
Can I just ask you, so he's
This guy, he just talked out of both sides of his mouth. First, it's see what's on the phones. For what? What's the goal? To see if it's evidentiary. Okay. Oh, well, we're not trying to get Karen Reed or anybody else. We're just following the evidence, but you don't have the evidence. You just said yourself that you're just looking to see if there is evidence. Like, you just told the world that you're just looking to see if there is evidence. That is the mere definition of trying to get somebody. So what the fuck are you talking about?
for a long, like, didn't you already get all you needed off these?
No.
Do you think that there's evidence on these phones that you weren't able to obtain via Aiden Carney?
I don't know. Won't know till the phones are examined.
And have you made a decision about whether or not you're going to appeal the rejection for the search warrant?
No. If you heard the court argument, the Supreme Judicial Court has a case which could push us either way. Could prompt the judge to reconsider his decision, or might confirm him in the decision he made. So we're just trying to do the best we can on the basis of the best possible information.
And so the best case outcome for you right now would be to wait for that SJC case to be decided.
Right, that's what I asked the judge to let us do.
Okay, well, thanks very much.
And the possessory interest in the phone?
I'm sorry, what's your question about the possessory interest?
Isn't that overriding?
Well, from my point of view, the possessory interest in the phone is handled by the initial search warrant, which gave us permission to seize the phone.
It's a slight distinguish without a difference as to Diaz, but I understand your point. Thank you.
Wow. Jesus Christ. Unreal. Grant did do a good job there. anyways, guys, yeah, like I if this isn't an example of why we're here, then I don't know what to tell you. I forgot to bring up to Mazza, how he pointed out how Inside Edition had had shown. That's a whole nother subject there. I don't want to get into that. I could talk about that for like I could rant about that for a good minute. And I'm tired and I want to get in bed and cuddle with my animals. But yeah, it was great actually talking to Mazza, talking to Cossy G, talking to Angie. Yeah, I had a really great time hanging out with you guys tonight, as I always do. You guys are absolutely a blast every single time. But yeah, this that court proceeding right there that we watched tonight, that should be exactly the reason. That interview that we just watched tonight, that should exactly be enough reason to understand why we are all here and what we're doing, why we are defending Aiden. They are absolutely just trying to get these people. That's totally, there's no reason other than trying to get these people. That's what's funny about it. I love how Christina Rex handled that. That was a great interview. She was direct to the point, no pussyfooting around. What are you doing with the phone? What are you trying to do with the fucking phone? You know, like what's happening here? So, and Cossy just fucking straight up admitted, we're just gonna see what's on it. What? How is this shit not a violation of her rights? And so this is the guy prosecuting Aiden Carney. You know what I mean? This has got to be, you know, so it's not this should be absolutely obvious as to why we are supporting Aiden Carney and why we support Karen Reed. This is fucking ridiculous. She was acquitted. There's no reason why they should. I mean, we're going to get her for what? Witness intimidation for what? You want to accuse her of witness intimidation for being a source, being a great source of information in regards to this case for Aiden Carney to report because mainstream media wasn't fucking doing it at the time. I mean, it takes this shit, this beating of a dead horse to get mainstream media to start asking the right questions now. I mean, it's wild, dude. It's fucking crazy. Anyways, guys, I am going to wrap this up. You guys are absolutely fantastic. Thank you guys for all the support. As always, I can never stress how grateful I am to you guys for that. Okay, yeah. Thank you guys. You're absolutely fantastic. Probably going to do a petty stream tomorrow night. We'll see. But you'll know in due time. Anyways, I had a lot of fun, and yes, it will be members only. You know how I do. And yes, prayers for Crystal's loved ones for sure. And guys, you're absolutely fantastic. I love you very much. Remember, it only takes a second to stay safe. We will do this again very soon, my friends.
Watch out!
Today, being retarded means leading a full life. Retarded people go to work or school just like their neighbors and come back to a real home. A supervised home, right in the neighborhood, where they belong. Being retarded never stopped anyone from being a good neighbor.